Welcome the Spirit of Tomorrow channel. Are you living a life defined by your past? Or are you ready to unlock a future of boundless possibility? We all carry stories that shape us. But what if those stories are actually holding you back? Join me as we gently explore how to release the narratives that limit you and step into a profound new understanding of who you truly are. If this story speaks to you, even just a little, stay with me by tapping subscribe, so we can keep meeting here for quiet moments like this. The Healing Dream 10. Whispers of Wisdom. Sleep story for overcoming self-doubt and inner peace. In the quiet moments between wakefulness and sleep, there exists a space where the whispers of our past meet the possibilities of who we are becoming. Tonight, you are invited into that space to journey gently through the layers of your mind, to uncover the stories that have shaped you, and to release what no longer serves you. This is a story of unmasking, gentle transformation, and awakening to the inner sanctuary of peace that lives within you. There is a quiet space that exists between waking and sleeping, a liminal space where time slows, where the mind softens, and where the heart becomes tender enough to hear truths it has long ignored. Tonight, you are invited into this space, to step gently into the inner corridors of your mind, where echoes of the past reside. You are not being called to struggle or to fix anything. You are being invited to simply observe, to notice, and to begin the delicate process of understanding who you are beneath the layers of story and expectation. Close your eyes and allow yourself to sense the weight of your body, the gentle rhythm of your breath, the quiet pulse of life flowing through every part of you. Imagine, if you will, a hallway stretching infinitely ahead, lined with mirrors. Each mirror holds a reflection, not of your current self, but of the stories you have absorbed throughout your life. Some are bright and clear, reflecting moments of joy, courage, and love. Others are fogged, distorted by fear, doubt, or the unspoken expectations of those around you. As you walk slowly, each step is deliberate, each gaze soft and observant, without judgment. You are simply noticing. Perhaps one mirror reflects a young child, small and hesitant, trying to reach for a dream or an aspiration, only to hear words that shaped the mind. Be quiet. Don't ask too much. You are not enough. The child's eyes are wide with curiosity, yet shadowed by uncertainty. Perhaps you recognize a version of yourself there, echoing in the quiet chambers of memory. Another mirror may show a teenager, learning to navigate friendships and first experiences of self-doubt, absorbing subtle societal messages about worth, success, and belonging. Every rejection, every unnoticed effort, every whispered comparison leaves a gentle mark on the soul. And yet, here you are, walking past these reflections, aware now that these are not commands. They are whispers, echoes of experiences that once guided you, now lingering long after their necessity has faded. In the quiet of this hallway, it is possible to feel how these stories have subtly shaped daily life. Perhaps you hesitate before speaking up in a meeting, fearing judgment. Perhaps you second-guess a decision that could alter your path. Perhaps relationships feel heavier than they should, colored by unspoken expectations you carry from years past. Each action, each hesitation, each anxious thought is a fingerprint of these stories. But here, now, you begin to notice that the power they hold is not absolute. The first step toward liberation is acknowledgement. Not confrontation, not rejection, simply seeing. When you notice a story, an old belief, or a whisper of limitation, you create a tiny gap between yourself and its influence. Within that gap, freedom exists. As you continue to walk, imagine the mirrors shifting subtly. Some begin to glow with soft warmth, reflecting moments of courage. The time you spoke your truth despite fear. The time you offered kindness when it was easier to turn away. The times you laughed, loved, and persevered. These reflections remind you that your history is not only of limitation, it is also rich with resilience and beauty. The shadows exist, but they are accompanied by light. Notice now the smallest details within these mirrors. The way your eyes brightened when you achieved something meaningful. The tremor of excitement before attempting something new. The fleeting smiles shared with those you love. These fragments of memory are treasures, small reminders of your capacity to feel, to grow, and to transform. Imagine walking toward a particularly foggy mirror. It reflects the phrase, "I'm not enough." Step closer. Allow yourself to see it fully. Notice the words, the shape, the weight they carry. Perhaps you have carried this whisper for years, and it has followed you into moments when courage was needed, into decisions that required confidence, into relationships that demanded trust. Notice the subtle way it has influenced your choices. And now, take a slow breath. Observe without judgment. See it simply as what it is. A story, a shadow, not your truth. As you continue, you might notice mirrors showing moments of societal influence. Expectations from family, culture, peers, and authority figures. These mirrors may reflect norms you adopted unconsciously. Success must look a certain way. You should conform. Ambition is dangerous. Observe these reflections gently. Notice how they shaped behavior, and yet notice the emerging space. The awareness that you are not bound by them. You are beginning to recognize the difference between who you are and the stories you have carried. Now, picture a mirror that reflects a deeply buried memory. A moment of shame, fear, or rejection. Step closer with compassion. See it clearly. Witness the child or teen you once were. Allow yourself to speak silently. I see you. I honor you. I will not let this define me. Feel the release in that recognition. The mirror begins to clear, the fog lifting. You are witnessing the story without letting it control you. You are learning to stand in your own presence, independent of the echoes. Take a moment to imagine a gentle breeze moving through this corridor. It lifts away fragments of fear, doubt, and limitation. You are surrounded by light. The mirrors are no longer walls that confine you. They are windows of awareness, guiding you toward understanding and compassion for yourself. As you continue down the hallway, notice how some mirrors now reflect possibilities rather than limitations. You see glimpses of your potential, the courage you are capable of, the love you can offer and receive, the creativity and wisdom within you. Each reflection is a reminder that the echoes of the past are not commands. They are memories, lessons, remnants that have served their purpose, but need not define your present or future. Imagine standing in the center of the hallway now, surrounded by all these mirrors. Some are bright, some dim, some shifting. You feel a sense of calm observation settling in. There is no need to hurry. No need to confront every reflection at once. Simply notice, breathe, and recognize the choice to step beyond the echoes. As the awareness deepens, you might feel a subtle warmth in your chest, a quiet knowing that your worth is inherent, not defined by any past failure or limitation. That the whispers of "I'm not enough" are only stories you can choose to release. That freedom exists within observation and compassion. Now, imagine a soft golden light beginning to emanate from the center of the hallway. It spreads gently to each mirror, illuminating every reflection, warming every shadow. This light does not judge. It does not demand. It simply shines, revealing the truth that every story, every echo, can be seen clearly and allowed to exist without control. You begin to sense the space between the echoes, the stillness, the clarity, the possibility. Walk slowly toward the end of the hallway, feeling each step as deliberate and full of presence. With each step, the whispers of the past fade slightly, replaced by a growing sense of inner awareness. You notice the courage in your own gaze, the tenderness toward yourself, and the recognition that you are both observer and participant in this ongoing journey. As you near the end, imagine a door, soft, inviting, slightly ajar. Beyond this door lies the path forward, where the echoes of limitation begin to lose their power, where gentle release and transformation await. Feel the anticipation of stepping through, knowing that beyond this point, the next phase of your journey, breaking the spell of old narratives, begins. Take one final, deep breath here, in the quiet center of the hallway. Feel your body supported. Feel your heart open. Feel the awareness of your capacity to witness, to understand, and to gently release what no longer serves you. You are ready to move forward. The corridor behind you remains, but it no longer confines you. You are stepping into possibility, into freedom, into the next chapter of your healing journey. After stepping through the door at the end of the hallway of mirrors, you enter a space that feels lighter, calmer, almost like a gentle breeze brushing across your mind. Here, you are not being asked to fight the past, to resist it, or to erase it. Instead, you are invited to observe, acknowledge, and release with tenderness, allowing old stories to settle without holding power over you. Imagine walking along a soft path lined with wildflowers, each one vibrant and unique. The petals sway gently in a breeze you cannot see but can feel. This path represents the journey of gentle release, the unfolding of your own healing. You notice how the air carries a sense of possibility, a subtle promise that freedom lies within ease, not struggle. Perhaps you feel the familiar whisper, "I can't." Pause for a moment. Breathe. Notice it without resistance. Observe how it feels in your body, how it tugs at your chest or tightens your throat. See it fully, without shame or judgment. This recognition is not weakness. It is the first gentle step toward release. You do not have to fight it. You do not have to fix it. You only need to allow it to be seen. Now, imagine holding a small, delicate object in your hands, a pebble or leaf that represents this belief. Feel its weight, texture, and presence. It has been carried for years, maybe decades, shaping choices, influencing relationships, and quietly steering the course of your life. But here, on this path, you have a choice. You can hold it, observe it, and then allow it to drift away. Place it in a stream flowing beside the path. Watch as the water carries it gently downstream. You do not need to retrieve it. You do not need to push it away. The act of allowing is enough. As the pebble drifts, notice how a subtle space opens where it once rested. This is your capacity for new possibilities, the quiet area within that is untouched by fear, doubt, or old limitation. Even releasing a single small belief can create a ripple effect, subtly reshaping thoughts, feelings, and actions in ways that extend far beyond the initial act. Walking along the path, you notice more whispers arising. I am not worthy. I will fail. I must be perfect. Again, observe them. Feel the sensations they evoke. Take a deep breath, acknowledging their presence, and allow each one to pass like clouds across a wide, open sky. You begin to notice a pattern. These whispers are only stories, not truths. They are remnants of experiences that once served a purpose but now only limit your growth. In the quiet of this path, you encounter gentle practices to support this release. One such practice is writing in a journal, letting your pen flow across the page as though it carries the weight of these beliefs out of your mind and onto the paper. Perhaps you write the fears themselves, naming them, describing their texture, their origin, or the situations in which they appear. Then, with each line, you imagine the belief loosening its grip, gently detaching from your heart. Another practice is mindful observation. Notice when an old narrative surfaces during the day. Pause. Breathe. See it clearly without judgment. Imagine it like a leaf floating on a pond, visible, present, but not controlling the flow of your being. Each moment of mindful observation strengthens your awareness, your ability to distinguish between what is true and what is an echo of the past. Release is not immediate. It is a process, sometimes subtle, sometimes gradual. You may encounter resistance, the lingering fear that letting go will leave you vulnerable, or that the belief defines who you are. Yet the truth is that you are more than any belief. You are not your fears. You are not your doubts. You are a living, evolving being, capable of choosing freedom over limitation, choice over compulsion, presence over reaction. Visualize now a gentle sunlight filtering through the branches overhead, casting dancing patterns on the path. The light represents your growing awareness, illuminating shadows that were once dense. With each step, the sunlight touches the whispers of limitation, softening them, warming them, transforming them into distant echoes that no longer command your attention. You notice how releasing one belief creates space for another. Letting go of I am not enough might reveal an underlying fear. I cannot be seen. Allow this to surface. Observe it. And again, with the gentle breath of acknowledgement, release it. Over time, you notice that one release leads naturally to another, forming a cascade of freedom. Along the path, you come upon a quiet clearing. Here, the air feels softer, the light gentler, and the sounds of nature, birds, leaves, and distant water, invite you to rest for a moment. Sit or stand, as feels natural. Imagine that the clearing itself is your inner sanctuary, a safe place where release can happen effortlessly. In this space, practice self-compassion. Speak silently to yourself. It is okay. I am safe. I am learning. I am enough. Let these words fill the space where old limitations once resided. Feel their warmth spreading through your chest, into your arms and legs, grounding you in the present moment. The act of gentle self-acknowledgement begins to replace old patterns of self-criticism. Notice the gentle rhythm of the earth beneath you. Imagine roots growing from your feet into the ground, anchoring you, connecting you to a source of stability and strength. This connection allows you to release more freely, knowing that letting go does not mean losing yourself. It means reclaiming space for growth, creativity, and love. As you continue along the path, you may encounter memories that have felt heavy or unresolved. Perhaps moments of rejection, failure, or grief. Bring awareness to them. Acknowledge their impact. Then, like placing leaves on the stream, allow these memories to float, not erasing them, not denying them, but simply allowing them to exist without holding you captive. You may notice feelings of relief, subtle at first, then growing. A gentle lightness in your chest, a quiet expansion in your mind. Each act of release, each moment of observation, creates a ripple of freedom that touches your entire being. Imagine now the path widening, opening into a sunlit meadow. The air is warm, carrying the scent of flowers and earth. The whispers of old limitations are faint here, distant as the wind carries them away. You feel lighter, freer, more aligned with your own inner truth. The meadow is expansive, inviting, filled with the promise of growth, exploration, and transformation. In this meadow, you notice that release is not a one-time act but a continuous practice. Every day offers opportunities to observe, acknowledge, and gently release the stories that no longer serve you. Each act strengthens your ability to live from your own inner compass rather than the echoes of the past. As the sun rises higher in your visualization, imagine the warmth penetrating every cell of your body. The light reaches even the places you have hidden from yourself, illuminating them with gentleness and compassion. You are whole, even with all your memories. You are complete, even with all your experiences. The process of release is not about becoming someone new. It is about remembering who you have always been beneath the layers of story. Take a slow, deep breath, and imagine that with each exhale, the release becomes more complete. Each inhalation fills you with a sense of possibility, safety, and openness. The whispers of limitation become quieter and quieter, replaced by the gentle hum of your own life force, steady, present, and radiant. As you prepare to leave this meadow, know that you carry with you a newfound understanding that gentle release is a pathway, not a destination. That the act of acknowledging and letting go, practiced with care and self-compassion, creates a ripple effect that can touch every corner of your life. That every small release contributes to a larger transformation, leading you naturally toward inner freedom, clarity, and empowerment. With one final deep breath, feel the connection to your inner self. Feel the freedom that comes from seeing the past with clarity, from acknowledging it without being defined by it, from letting it pass like leaves on a stream. You are ready to move forward, to continue your journey into deeper transformation, into the next phase where perception begins to shift, and your inner compass is rewired toward possibility and self-empowerment. As the golden light of release settles gently around you, you step from the meadow of freedom into a new expanse. A space not of memories, but of possibility. Here, the mind feels open, supple, receptive. You carry with you the soft echoes of liberation, and now the next step emerges naturally. The shift in perception. This is where you begin to see not just what you have let go, but what you are choosing to embrace. Imagine standing at the edge of a calm lake, the surface perfectly smooth, reflecting the sky above. The water is clear, and beneath it, the currents of past thought patterns are visible. Each ripple is a belief, each wave an echo of your old stories. Here, in this stillness, you begin to realize a profound truth. Your perception shapes your reality. When the mind sees itself as limited, it acts within limitation. When the mind sees itself as creative, capable, and worthy, it begins to operate from that truth. The first step in this perceptual shift is to notice where the old compass once directed you. Perhaps it pointed toward fear, doubt, or self-criticism. Perhaps it urged caution where courage was possible, silence where expression would have been healing. Observe this without judgment. Acknowledge the guidance it offered when it served you, and recognize its limitations in the present. Now, imagine picking up a small stone from the lake's edge, smooth and cool in your hand. This stone represents your old inner compass, shaped by past experiences, beliefs, and societal conditioning. Feel its weight. Notice its texture. Feel gratitude for its guidance. And yet, with that acknowledgement, you begin to create space for a new compass, one forged not from fear, but from awareness, choice, and self-empowerment. Consider the whispers that arise now. I am a creator. I have the ability to choose. I am capable of growth. These are not simply positive phrases. They are neural invitations. Science shows that the brain is plastic, capable of forming new pathways with repeated thought and practice. Each intentional affirmation, each conscious reframing of a negative self-belief, lays down a new track in the mind, directing energy toward empowerment rather than limitation. Visualize yourself walking along the lake, tossing aside each old stone of limitation into the water. Watch it sink, creating ripples that gradually fade. With each stone released, feel the space within you widening. With each act of conscious choice, feel your inner compass recalibrating. Slowly, the whispers of fear and self-doubt are replaced by the quiet, steady guidance of your true self. Begin now to explore practical exercises for rewiring your perception. One exercise is to take a recurring negative thought, I am not capable, and gently question it. Ask yourself, where did this belief originate? Is it universally true, or is it only one interpretation of past experience? How might I reframe it in a way that aligns with my true potential? Then, imagine transforming it into an empowering affirmation. I am learning. I am capable. I can navigate challenges with grace. Repeat this in your mind, noticing the subtle shift in energy each time the thought is replaced. Another exercise is visualization of the future self. Imagine yourself a year from now, free from the constraints of old narratives. See the confidence in your posture, the clarity in your eyes, the calm certainty in your voice. Visualize yourself making choices from this empowered state, approaching relationships, work, and personal growth with creativity, courage, and trust. The mind begins to recognize this as possible. It begins to form the neural pathways that support this reality. As you move through this space, notice how perception and action are intertwined. When you view yourself as capable and resilient, your decisions shift naturally. You take steps aligned with growth rather than fear. You notice opportunities where once there were obstacles. The simple act of changing perception can ripple outward into every corner of your life. Imagine now a compass forming within your chest, soft but certain. Its needle points not to societal expectation or old fear, but to your own inner truth. Each choice, each act of observation, each conscious decision strengthens this compass. You begin to feel a deep trust in your own judgment, a clarity that was not available when the mind was guided by old echoes of limitation. Consider also the power of reframing daily experiences. When challenges arise, notice the stories you tell yourself about them. Are you interpreting events through the lens of inadequacy, fear, or defeat? Begin to experiment with gentle reframing. This is an opportunity to learn. I am resilient in facing this. I can grow from this experience. Each reframing strengthens the neural connections that support empowerment, gradually diminishing the old pathways of limitation. Now, imagine walking along a path lined with lanterns. Each lantern represents a principle of your new perception: courage, self-trust, resilience, curiosity, compassion. As you pass under each lantern, feel its light illuminating an aspect of your mind that was once shadowed. The warmth and clarity penetrate deeply, guiding you step by step toward the integrated and empowered self that is emerging. In this journey, notice how releasing and rewiring are inseparable. The freedom you discovered in Part 2 allows new patterns to form. The old stories no longer dictate the direction. With each conscious choice, each affirmation, each act of mindful reframing, your inner compass becomes steadier, clearer, and more aligned with your authentic self. Imagine now a stream running alongside the path, reflecting the light of your inner lanterns. The water carries away traces of old perception, flowing smoothly, gently, endlessly. You notice the clarity of the reflection, yourself, as you are becoming calm, centered, aware, and resilient. You do not need to rush this process. The water flows at its own pace, and so does your growth. As you continue, notice subtle shifts in your body. The chest feels lighter. The shoulders release tension, and the head feels clear. These physical sensations are echoes of your perceptual transformation. Mind and body are intertwined. Rewiring your inner compass is not only a mental exercise, it is a holistic alignment of your being. Now, step into a gentle clearing ahead. In this clearing, all aspects of self converge: the child who learned, the teenager who adapted, the adult who observed, and the emerging self who is empowered. Here, integrate all these parts. Allow the new compass to anchor fully within. Feel it steady, radiating calm, courage, and clarity through every fiber of your being. The next step is to practice intentional observation in real time. As life unfolds, notice moments when old beliefs attempt to rise. Greet them with awareness. Pause. Observe without judgment. Then, choose consciously to act from the perspective of the new, empowered self. This is the essence of rewiring: repeated practice, gentle yet persistent, forming lasting neural pathways that align with your authentic self. Finally, imagine a horizon stretching endlessly before you. The sky is vast, open, and unbounded. You feel lightness, freedom, and clarity. Your inner compass points with certainty toward growth, self-trust, and creativity. You recognize that the journey of perception shift is ongoing, evolving naturally with every conscious choice. You are both the navigator and the traveler, moving through life with grace, awareness, and purpose. Take a deep, grounding breath. Feel the alignment of mind, heart, and body. The echoes of the past are no longer anchors. They are distant echoes in the background of your awareness. The present moment and the choices you make within it are your compass, your guide, your truth. You are now prepared to move forward into the next phase of your journey, cultivating inner peace, anchoring in stillness, and connecting with the sanctuary within, where true resilience and calm reside. The path ahead is luminous, steady, and filled with potential. You are ready to continue walking. As your inner compass settles firmly within, pointing steadily toward growth, clarity, and self-trust, you find yourself entering a space unlike any before. This is not a meadow of potential, nor a path of reflective mirrors, nor a lake of perception. This is a sanctuary, a place of profound inner peace. Here, you are invited to rest, to breathe deeply, and to anchor fully in the present moment. Imagine walking through a soft forest, where sunlight filters gently through leaves, casting a serene glow on the forest floor. The air carries the faint scent of earth and blossoms. A quiet stream winds through the trees, its gentle murmur a soothing soundtrack for the mind. Every step is cushioned by moss and fallen leaves, supporting you with a sense of ease and calm. This sanctuary exists within you as much as it exists around you. It is your inner refuge, always available, untouched by past narratives, unshaken by outside circumstances. Begin by taking slow, intentional breaths, feeling the expansion of your chest and abdomen. As you inhale, draw in calm, clarity, and light. As you exhale, release tension, worry, and any remaining echoes of limitation. With each breath, feel yourself becoming more present, more grounded, more anchored in your own being. Notice the gentle rhythm of the forest, the sway of branches, the soft rustle of leaves, the distant call of birds. Allow these natural patterns to sync with the rhythm of your mind and body. Each sound, each movement, each subtle detail is a reminder that peace is present here, now, within you. You may notice thoughts or emotions arising. Some may be remnants of past stories, anxiety, self-doubt, regret. Some may be subtle whispers of tension in the body. Simply observe them. Allow them to exist without judgment. In this sanctuary, nothing must be fixed or forced. You are not struggling against anything. You are simply witnessing, acknowledging, and allowing. Imagine a gentle light beginning to form at the center of your chest. Soft, warm, steady. This light represents your inner peace, your capacity for calm, your connection to the sanctuary within. As it grows, feel it expanding outward, filling your torso, your limbs, your head, and finally, the space around you. Every cell of your body is illuminated, every thought touched by this calm, every emotion tempered by gentle awareness. In this space, it becomes possible to differentiate between intuitive wisdom and old limitation. The voice of intuition is calm, clear, and steady. It does not demand or fear. It speaks with certainty and gentle guidance. The voice of old limitation is anxious, repetitive, and uncertain, often urging caution or fear. In your sanctuary, you learn to hear the difference, to trust the wisdom that comes from within, rather than reacting to the residual echoes of the past. Walk further into the forest, noticing a small clearing surrounded by ancient trees. Here, the sunlight forms a perfect circle on the ground. Step into it. This is a place where your mind can rest fully. Imagine sitting down, feeling the ground beneath you as a firm yet nurturing support. Every inhale draws in serenity. Every exhale releases tension. The clearing is a symbol of your own inner stillness, a place that exists independent of the external world, a constant refuge whenever needed. As you settle into this space, you begin to notice how releasing limiting beliefs naturally fosters resilience. Without the weight of old stories, your mind moves freely, your heart opens, and your body relaxes. Challenges may still arise, but you meet them with calm awareness rather than fear-driven reaction. The sanctuary within is not about avoiding life. It is about responding with grounded clarity and inner strength. In this stillness, imagine meeting your own heart. Sit quietly, sensing its rhythm, feeling its life force. Bring your awareness to any areas of tension or resistance, sending them warmth and acceptance. Say softly, either out loud or in your mind, I am here. I am safe. I am whole. I am enough. Feel these words as a balm, spreading through the mind, the body, and the spirit. Now, imagine a gentle stream running nearby, crystal clear, reflecting the light of the sanctuary. This stream is your consciousness in motion, flowing, alive, and receptive. Drop into it the small traces of worry or tension you may still carry. Watch as the water carries them gently downstream, leaving clarity and space in their place. You are reminded that inner peace is not the absence of thoughts or feelings, but the capacity to witness and allow them without attachment. Begin to notice how mindfulness practices support this calm. Feel the weight of your body on the ground. Notice the sensations of touch, sound, and smell around you. Observe thoughts as they arise, labeling them gently, thinking, remembering, planning, then letting them pass like leaves drifting along the stream. Each moment of mindful presence strengthens your connection to your inner sanctuary, creating stability and resilience even in turbulent times. Imagine now a gentle breeze brushing across your skin. It carries a sense of renewal, of possibility, of gentle encouragement. With this breeze, notice your mind becoming lighter, your chest expanding, your heart opening. Feel how releasing judgment toward yourself or past experiences enhances this clarity. The sanctuary is not only a place of calm, it is a space where self-trust is cultivated. Visualize a circle forming around you in this clearing, a protective yet nurturing boundary. Within this circle, you are free to explore, to reflect, and to grow. Outside events may exist, but they cannot penetrate the peace you carry within. Every inhale draws strength and serenity. Every exhale releases doubt, tension, and the residual effects of old narratives. Now, turn your attention inward. Notice your intuitive wisdom, that inner voice that has always known your path, even when the mind was clouded by fear. This voice is subtle but persistent. It speaks not in commands, but in gentle nudges, in quiet clarity. You recognize its value. You listen. You trust. In this sanctuary, intuition becomes a reliable guide, leading you toward choices that align with your deepest self. Imagine the forest clearing expanding, opening into a wide valley of light and warmth. You feel fully connected to this space. The ground beneath you supports every step, every thought, every breath. You are anchored, yet expansive. Peace is not static. It flows through you, touching every aspect of your life, every relationship, every action. Begin to sense the integration of mind, body, and spirit. The old stories of limitation no longer restrict you. The neural pathways of fear and doubt are gently replaced with pathways of trust, clarity, and self-compassion. Each breath deepens this alignment. Each thought, observed and allowed, strengthens your resilience. Each heartbeat grounds you in the sanctuary within. Take a moment now to envision your life flowing outward from this sanctuary. Picture daily activities, relationships, and work infused with this calm clarity. Notice the difference in how you respond to challenges, how you make decisions, how you engage with others. This is the power of inner peace. It transforms not only the internal landscape but also the outer experience of life. As the sun dips lower in your visualization, casting a warm golden glow across the clearing, notice how gentle release and mindful awareness merge. The echoes of old limitation are faint and distant. The inner compass established in Part 3 points steadily toward growth and authenticity. Your sanctuary is not a temporary place. It is a permanent anchor, a source of strength, clarity, and compassion available at any moment. Finally, settle fully into the clearing, feeling your body supported, your mind calm, and your heart open. Know that this sanctuary exists beyond visualization. It is within you, accessible whenever you need it. Here, you cultivate resilience, inner peace, and self-trust. You are whole. You are safe. You are aligned. With one last deep breath, imagine the light of the clearing expanding outward, touching every part of your mind and body. Feel gratitude for the space, for the calm, for your capacity to cultivate peace. Allow yourself to rest here, fully present, fully supported, and fully at peace. As the sanctuary of inner peace settles gently around you, a new horizon emerges. This is the space of growth and expansion, where the calm awareness cultivated within allows the seeds of possibility to flourish. Here, the echoes of the past are distant, the inner compass is steady, and your mind, body, and heart are aligned. The path before you is no longer just one of release or perception. It is a path of active transformation and evolving self-realization. Imagine stepping from the forest, clearing into a vast, sunlit meadow. The air is warm, vibrant, filled with the hum of life. Birds, insects, the soft rustle of grass and leaves. Each blade of grass sways with the breeze, reminding you that growth is natural, continuous, and ever-present. You are invited to walk this meadow slowly, deliberately, and with full awareness, feeling each step as a conscious act of embracing your evolving self. Begin by acknowledging the distance you have traveled. From the reflective mirrors of the past, through the gentle release of limiting beliefs, to the recalibration of your inner compass and the sanctuary of peace within. You have moved through layers of story, fear, and tension. Recognize this journey with gratitude. Every breath, every act of observation, every moment of self-compassion has brought you here, fully present, fully capable, fully ready to grow. As you walk, notice the fertile soil beneath your feet. This is symbolic of the fertile ground within yourself, now enriched by awareness, release, and alignment. In this soil, new ideas, dreams, and aspirations can take root. Allow yourself to plant seeds of intentional growth. Small practices, visions, or actions that nurture your highest self. Perhaps it is a new skill, a creative project, a relationship cultivated with intention, or a daily habit of mindful presence. See these seeds being planted in the richness of your awareness, ready to grow with patience and care. Now, imagine a gentle stream running through the meadow. Its waters sparkle in the sunlight, carrying energy, vitality, and life. As you approach it, feel the invitation to step in, to immerse yourself in the current of active engagement with your evolving self. This is not passive reflection. This is conscious integration. Feel the water supporting your feet, reminding you that growth is both grounding and dynamic. Every step forward is an embodiment of your inner transformation. Visualize now multiple pathways diverging from the stream, each representing a different area of growth. Personal, professional, creative, emotional, and spiritual. Take a moment to explore each path with curiosity, feeling the possibilities that lie along each one. The paths are not rigid. They are flexible, adaptive, and responsive to your evolving intentions. Here, you learn that growth is not linear. It is a living, breathing journey shaped by choice, awareness, and courage. Consider now actionable steps to integrate your evolving self into daily life. Perhaps it begins with a morning practice of mindful intention setting, a few minutes each day to connect with your goals, affirm your capabilities, and align with your highest self. Perhaps it includes journaling reflections on your growth, celebrating small victories, and observing challenges as opportunities for learning rather than threats. Perhaps it is as simple as mindful breathing during moments of stress, anchoring yourself in the clarity and resilience you have cultivated. As you continue walking the meadow, notice the subtle ways your presence shifts. Your movements are lighter, more deliberate. Your awareness is sharper, more attuned. Your interactions with the environment feel connected and meaningful. This is the embodiment of growth, the integration of mind, heart, and body, allowing your evolving self to express naturally and authentically. Imagine encountering a series of stepping stones across a shallow pond. Each stone represents a milestone of growth, a choice that aligns with your evolving self. Step onto the first stone. Feel your balance, your confidence, your awareness. Each stone crossed is a conscious act of embracing possibility. You do not rush. You move with care, awareness, and trust. The pond beneath sparkles with reflections of your potential, showing glimpses of the life you are actively creating. As you step across, notice how shedding old limitations has created space for new possibilities. Opportunities that once seemed out of reach now appear clearly. Creativity flows more freely. Relationships deepen with authenticity. Professional and personal goals align with your values and inner truth. This is the natural consequence of inner transformation. The outer world reflects the evolution within. Take a moment now to envision your future self. See them fully realized, confident, resilient, compassionate, and free from the constraints of old stories. Notice their posture, their expression, their interactions with the world. Allow yourself to feel the reality of this self within you now, not as a distant dream, but as an accessible, living presence. The inner compass you have cultivated points clearly toward this version of yourself, guiding decisions, choices, and actions with quiet certainty. Reflect on the continuity of growth. Just as the seasons flow naturally, so does your evolution. There will be moments of expansion and moments of pause, moments of challenge and moments of ease. Each phase is valuable, each experience a teacher. By cultivating awareness, self-compassion, and intentionality, you ensure that every step along the path contributes to the flourishing of your evolving self. Notice now the sun in this meadow, shining brightly, warming every part of your being. Feel its light infusing your mind, heart, and body with energy, vitality, and clarity. This light represents the wisdom, courage, and resilience you have cultivated through your journey. Let it permeate every thought, every emotion, every action. Know that your evolving self is supported, guided, and empowered by this inner illumination. Imagine now interactions with others from this place of growth. Relationships are informed by clarity, empathy, and authenticity. You engage with people not from fear or expectation, but from a grounded sense of self. Communication is clear, compassionate, and honest. Boundaries are natural and respected, creating space for mutual growth and understanding. In this way, your inner evolution radiates outward, influencing your world positively and gently. Step further into the meadow and notice a tree of immense strength and stability. Its roots reach deep into the fertile soil, anchoring it firmly. Its branches extend high into the sky, flexible yet resilient. See yourself as this tree. Your roots, your experiences, wisdom, and growth anchor you. Your branches, your aspirations, creativity, and actions reach outward. You are strong, resilient, and adaptable. You are growing continuously, grounded yet expansive. As you walk toward the tree, imagine placing a hand upon its trunk. Feel the solidity, the energy, the connection. In this gesture, you are symbolically aligning with your evolving self, grounding every intention, every choice, every aspiration in your present reality. Growth is not only possible, it is happening, moment by moment, breath by breath. Now, reflect on the integration of all that you have experienced. The mirrors of the past, the release of old beliefs, the recalibration of perception, the sanctuary within. Each step, each practice, each act of self-compassion has led to this moment, a conscious, empowered, evolving self, capable of navigating life with clarity, courage, and authenticity. Finally, take a deep, grounding breath. Visualize the meadow expanding endlessly, the sun casting warmth, the tree of strength standing beside you. Feel gratitude for your journey, for your inner sanctuary, for your capacity to release, rewire, and grow. Recognize that this path does not end. It continues in every choice, every thought, every interaction, every breath. You are on a lifelong journey of evolving, thriving, and embracing the fullest expression of yourself. With one last exhale, sense the integration of all 5 parts of your journey. Awareness of past narratives, gentle release, perceptual recalibration, inner peace, and conscious growth. Feel yourself whole, radiant, and fully aligned with your highest potential. You carry the inner compass of clarity, the sanctuary of calm, and the energy of continuous growth. You are free. You are capable. You are evolving. And the world before you reflects the infinite possibilities that arise from this transformation. As sleep deepens, picture the corridors of your mind, bathed in gentle, warm light. The echoes of self-doubt fade into distant memory. Affirmations of courage, clarity, and peace rise to the forefront. You are safe. You are whole. You are free. Tonight, in the sanctuary within, you rest, healed and open to the limitless possibilities of tomorrow. Before you go, leave one small line in the comments. I'm coming back to myself. I'll be here, reading every word, sending you peace and light. See you next time.